the southwestern United States. On the day before Easter, a massive storm brews just outside of Shreveport, Louisiana. Nearby in the Hay Meadows mobile home community in Bossier Parish, Darlene Gregrich has the long weekend off from her job at the county clerk's office.
My parents were coming in that night, and we were going to have a big lunch, go to church and have a big lunch Sunday.
It's going to be a full house. Darlene's 13-year-old daughter, Crystal, is babysitting Blake and Amber Shamsi for the weekend. A few blocks away after some last-minute shopping in Shreveport, Denise DeSadier joins her husband Steve and daughter Lori in their mobile home.
It was raining cats and dogs in town, but when I was leaving town to come in home, it looked like it hadn't even been raining. All of a sudden, it got real still. It was just so weird because there wasn't any birds tweeting or anything.
It's calm out there now.
Yeah, kind of like the calm before the storm, huh?
Yeah.
At the Weather Service in Shreveport, meteorologist Ken Falk watches the Doppler radar closely. Winds in the thunderstorm are beginning to rotate, a sign of a possible tornado. By 3:52 p.m., he's seen enough. Ken issues a tornado warning.
Some thunderstorms will give you up to 30 minutes to an hour of beginning to rotate before a tornado ever develops. These thunderstorms on April 3rd, tornadoes developed rapidly.
Less than 10 minutes after the warning, the storm erupts into a violent twister. It's racing toward the DeSader home in Bossier Parish.
The National Weather Service in Shreveport has issued a tornado warning.
There's a tornado warning. The alert came over the TV. So I took off and looked on the porch, and when I looked outside, I could see that funnel cloud. And that's when I hollered at Steve, I think that's a tornado coming.
Steve, you need to come look at this now.
All right, I'm coming.
He wasn't that fast, because I get a little excited during bad weather anyway.
Of course, once you saw it, once it was there right in front of you.
See, look. See it?
Oh, yeah. And you could hear the wind whistling, in the background. It had our undivided attention at that point. It was time to get out of Dodge. Lori, come on, go get the car.
Let's go. Now, let's go.
We were going to get in the car and run.
Don't worry about that cat. Come on, let's go.
We had no other choice.
Let's go.
My gut reaction was to get away.
Come on, Lori, get in.
Almost instantly, the twister is rushing down on top of them.
Oh, my God. Hurry.
You could hear stuff hitting the car. It was just moving laterally too fast. I knew at that point there's no sense in going anywhere. It has issued a tornado warning.
Down the street, Darlene Gregrich also hears the warning on TV.
That just scared me to death.
Wind and rain pummel her trailer. Darlene realizes that there's no time to escape. They'll have to take shelter in the living room.
Crystal! Crystal, y'all come down here. The weather's getting bad. Come on!
He's like, get under the couch. So we got under there, and then I held on to the kids.
Come on!
And I had one under each arm holding them. I was like, don't let these kids die.
The tornado tears the town up with winds up to 260 miles an hour.
All the windows started busting out in the car. Insulation was going everywhere. And just totally scared to death. I know I was praying, and the car was moving, or it felt like it was moving.
Get your hands down, Lori.
Lori peeks out the back window just in time to see the tornado pulverize her home.
Oh, my God.
Head down, Lori. And then we began to levitate. You could feel the car begin to levitate, and something heavy hit it. Turned out that it was our next-door neighbor's trailer that had hit the car and set us back down.
The twister's not so gentle with Darlene and Crystal. It seizes their trailer and hurls it into the air.
I remember my mom sliding down the floor, and I was like, I'm scared, and she's like, it'll be okay.
I didn't have time to pray. I didn't have time to get scared.
Crystal, her mother, and the two children are thrown out of the structure and carried in the whirlwind for another 70 feet.
Then I don't remember anything else until after it dropped us.
When I come to, we were across the street. I started screaming for Crystal, and she said, "Ma'am," and she was maybe 5 feet from me with the kids still under each arm.
Incredibly, they all suffer only minor injuries.
And I thought maybe it was the end of the world because nothing was moving. It was just so quiet.
In the deafening silence, the DeSadier family crawls out from their car to discover that their world is gone.
And all I could do was just stand there. Yeah, it was just like in shock. It was just like total devastation. Everything around us was just leveled.
In Hay Meadows, 83 out of 103 mobile homes are shattered. Over 100 people were injured by the twister. 7 were killed. Yet dozens of lives were saved that day thanks to Doppler radar technology. Today's Doppler systems incorporate powerful computers which automatically recognize a developing tornado.
Doppler radar can detect wind flow in thunderstorms toward or away from the radar site itself. This gives us the capability of being able to detect tornadoes or high wind events.
These red and blue squares represent adjacent winds moving in opposite directions, a sign of possible wind rotation. The Doppler system detects this wind pattern and sounds an alert. The vertical rotation that Doppler sees in a thunderstorm actually begins as horizontal winds. Fast winds high above the ground and slower winds near the Earth's surface, both moving in different directions, cause the air to tumble. When this spinning column is lifted by an updraft of warm, humid air, it continues to rotate, but in a vertical position. Over the years, Doppler processing power has increased. The system can monitor dozens of thunderstorms simultaneously and identify those that are most severe. Since the National Weather Service installed Doppler radar across the United States, meteorologists have been able to increase lead time for tornado warnings from an average of 6 minutes to 13 minutes. In Bossier Parish alone, Doppler helped save dozens of lives. Several months after the Hay Meadows tornado, both the Gregrich and DeSadier families moved back into the community.
I tell everybody the hand of God was on that car because we should have become airborne.
In it, I don't know, we could have been killed. I'm proud of myself because I do believe I saved my family.